was going on in Drummondville? What were all those vehicles there, and what were police doing?
So during the 28th and 29 is the annual Congress of the party that's take part of the government. Now it's the CAQ, Coalition Avenir Québec, the party of Mr. François Legault. So they have a meeting during the weekend to discuss about how good they done until now, what they are planning to do, and discussing about a lot of different topics. I tried to be accredited to be one of the media to cover inside, but they replied to me that no, unfortunately, they will not give me an accreditation. When I asked them like why and for which reason they didn't want to accept me as a media, they didn't reply afterwards. But I was there to cover anyway outside to see how things is going on there, because when we remember, every time they have like a party that is not really well received by the population, we can see during this weekend of the annual Congress, pretty big protests that's happening around. If we are thinking about in 2012, when Charest government, it was his last year to be the leader of the party, a big protest I've done in front in Victoriaville, where he did give his annual Congress, but the things turned pretty bad. We can say that lacrimation gas was deployed and really like a lot of violence. But this weekend, the protesters were really peaceful. We had like many different protests. Like we had the union workers that were there for discussing about some agreement with the union. We had a group were there for the rising price of the lodging. We had the freedom fighter and for the protest for freedom. And it was supposed to have a protest for the gas price rising from the trucker. But curiously, on Thursday night, the government did an agreement with them and gave them some money for the inflation of the gas price. So they were not there this weekend. Huh. So that was pretty surprising.
Well, isn't that interesting? On the one hand, I wish they had still protested against high prices for everyone. But on the other hand, I find it interesting. I'm not a big fan of François Legault, but this is the second time he has taken a more compromising point of view, negotiating point of view, communicative point of view with the truckers. When the truckers came to Ottawa, Justin Trudeau said, "I'll never meet with them. They're criminals." But Legault had a softer tone, and giving them money in recognition of high gas prices. I sort of wish he reduced gas prices for everyone by maybe cutting taxes at the gas pump. But isn't it interesting that he's not as harsh with them? He's not denouncing them. He's actually working with them and giving them something. I find that very interesting in contrast to every other premier and the prime minister.
Yeah, so he decided, well, probably because he didn't want it to have more people protesting in front of his Congress, probably during the weekend. So it was pretty comfortable for him to don't have like 5,200 trucker in front of his place protesting for the gas inflation. But anyway, he agreed for $39 million to give to these truckers for the rising price of the gas. And for the citizen, he offered like the $500 for the inflation as well. But I'm just thinking like he should just like have cancel the tax on the gas, but that is another story. But anyway, during this weekend, he had like some convoy coming from a lot of places in the province of Quebec who came into Drummondville, and people were protesting really peacefully. We saw police on VTT, police on motorbike, police on bicycle, and they had as well Monty police that were there. And we saw the squad of the Quebec police. So it was not the Drummondville police, it was the Quebec
provincial
security
police, right? Well, It sounds like thank God they didn't get as violent as Trudeau's police got in Ottawa. Well, listen, that's very interesting, and I'm glad that protest spirit has not died down. in some parts of North America, even in Canada, the protests have lost some of their energy because the lockdowns have relaxed, although, of course, there's still no flying or taking the train. That was an excerpt from my daily TV-style show called The Ezra Levant Show. Each weekday, I do a monologue on the news of the day, then I interview a fascinating guest. I read some fan mail or hate mail, depends on which I like more, and we end with a video of the day. You can get it all at rebelnewsplus.com.